Start your potatoes in cold water and of course add salt to that. Here it's just come to a boil. I've reduced that down. You will notice that I've done that with almost every single recipe of mine. I don't cook on a boiling temperature because that outside is gonna get overcooked before that inside gets perfectly cooked. So I also don't want them bashing around hitting each other. It's creamy mashed potato. I've taken out my potatoes. Now I'm gonna just mash them. I don't have a masher at home, so I'm gonna be doing it the hard way. But you can obviously use whatever you have at home. However, restaurants do go through this stage to give you that super fine 100%. Okay, that was actually not as hard as I was thinking it would be. It's 100% smooth now. Just make sure you soak this really well as soon as possible so it's not dried up and hard to clean later. Your entire mission in this step is to mix the potato as little as possible. The more you mix it, the more kind of gluey and weird it gets. So that's why I've cut my butter up into really thin pieces, because I don't want to just keep mixing and waiting for the butter to melt. Okay, so I've reached the consistency I like. As you can see, it's smooth and it moves around, but it also sets up where I want it to. It's sort of just the perfect consistency for me. Now for the gravy, I've got the butter melting in the pan. I'm gonna add a touch of garlic. I'm gonna try and roast this as much as we can. Alright, now it's lightly golden. I'm gonna add in about a teaspoon of flour. Mix that well. Alright, so I'm keeping a really good eye on this. I'm mixing it, I'm keeping a really low heat because I just want the flour to get toasted up along with the garlic and not burn. Now I'm gonna add cold chicken stock. I'm using a chicken cube, but cold chicken stock into a hot pan. That means that you will get less lumps all at once, and mix it well. You can go as thick or thin as you like. If you want a thicker gravy, you obviously just add more flour. If you like a thinner gravy, you add less or more chicken stock. Okay, so I'm just gonna remove it and place it in a bowl for later. This is exactly the consistency that I like, and you can go thicker, but this is good because it glazes everything, but it doesn't look fake like something's been put into it to thicken it like cornstarch. I've also tasted it and it tastes really good. It has some oil in it, very little, you don't need a lot, and it is coming to a small point. And this little piece as well. Alright. And now immediately, chicken stock goes in. I'm just gonna add more water. So how do you know your chicken is done? It's just about feeling it and having practice of it. But if you do not have that practice, then the best thing to do is have a thermometer like this, insert it into the thickest point, and it should register 70 degrees, which it's not there yet. Almost there. So now these brown bits are fine, but these ones are not. I can just scrape out the super black ones, but I'll be using the brown bits on the bottom. I'm gonna use first water to scrape this stuff out. Then I will add my gravy. So because I used a chicken stock cube, it had salt, which to be honest, I wish it didn't. I'm going to adjust now with some lemon and a bit of honey so that I have that balance back. You want to cut against the grain. So the grains are going like this. So you want to cut against that, and that'll give you a nice little bite that you can chunk off. If you cut it with the grain, you'll get like shoestring kind of pieces, and that's not going to be easy to chew into. It's going to get stuck in your teeth. So always with any meats, cut it against the grain.